In this video, I will be covering the grading criteria for the Ticket Out the Door assignment. For this course, there are two Ticket Out the Door assignments, one in Module 4 and the second one in Module 8. The purpose of these assignments are to do a reflection on the things that were learned or covered in the first half of the course and the second half of the course. The assignment directions are to provide three things that you learned or found interesting, two things that you found confusing or were muddled, and then one really surprising aha moment, something that really jumped out to you. This rubric contains information on how that assignment is assessed. So as you can see, this first line here is covering the due date, as many written assignments have. The total points you can earn on this assignment is 100 points. Completing this assignment on time is worth 40 total points to your grade. If it's 1 day late, 10 points will be taken off. If it's 2 days late, 20 points will be taken off. And if it's 3 or more days late, then you will have a total of 40 points taken off this assignment. So keep in mind, you could have a perfect 3-2-1 context of information for the rest of the assignment, but if it is late, the highest you can get on this assignment is a 60. And this is very important for a reason, and I'll talk about that here in a minute. So part of this assignment is telling me three things that you learned from the first half of the course and the second half of the course when you do the second Ticket Out the Door. This line here is worth a total of 20 points. So the key here is this. I want you to tell me three things that you learned above and beyond anything else in the half of the course. I am not looking for you to write an incredibly long essay for these points, but I do want you to be specific. I want you to, if you say that you learned about a key term, you should definitely include a definition and possibly even an example. The key here is to demonstrate that you actually learned those items, as opposed to just giving me a one-word answer, such as I learned what criminology is, or I learned what corrections is, or I learned what loss prevention is. I actually want you to go into an explanation and tell me what you learned about that. So you should have three of those, okay? And as you can see here, if you name all three, if you actually give me three things and they were specific to the half of the course and you explained it, you'll get 4 points. If you only give me 2 or the explanations are not good, as you can see, your points can drop there. For the 2 prompt, I am looking for you to identify 2 things that were muddled or not understood, or things that were confusing. Now, really important here, we are going to cover a lot of information in this course. It is highly unlikely that everything is going to be equally as consumed by you all as all other information. In other words, there is just going to be some things that were just not as clear as others. If you are the anomaly there and everything was perfectly clear to you, don't simply write everything was clear, I do not have anything that was not understood. You will lose points for this assignment. If everything was clear for you, what I do want you to do is create 2 questions, okay? At least create 2 questions from the content from the first half or the second half of the module. This is very important for the extra credit, and I'll talk about that here in a moment. So this line is worth 20 points. The 1 prompt is something that just really stood out to you, something that really caught your eye. This can be from the videos, this can be from the reading, this could be from the modules, something that just above and beyond everything else really stood out to you. Again, be specific and give me a little explanation as to why. These points, again, do not have to be extremely long. You do not have to write an entire essay, but I am looking for specific information and examples. For this assignment, you have an opportunity to earn extra credit. And the way the extra credit is going to be set up is based on the two things that were muddled or confusing. Now, this assignment, Ticket Out the Door, is set up in the blog tool. That means that you can read and respond to other classmates for this assignment. It is not a requirement for you to respond to any classmates on this assignment, only to post your 3, 2, and 1. However, I will award extra credit for those who go back and try to help classmates in some of these areas that are muddled or not understood. So you can actually earn 5 extra credit points for responding to one of these. You can do this, to one classmate or 2 different classmates, but you can earn 5 extra credit points for answering one of the classmates' entry. You can earn 10 for answering 2 of the questions or addressing 2 of the things that were muddled or confusing. And then you can earn 15 extra credit points for doing 3. So if you say you go to one classmate's post and you answer both of those questions, so you're answering 2 questions, that will count as 2. So you'll get 10 extra credit points for that. So that is why it's very important to get this assignment in on time, so that if it's in on time, you and your classmates will have an opportunity to earn the extra credit. So this is the grading rubric for the Ticket Out the Door assignment.